Good morning, Flosstube. It's Wednesday, May the 11th, and I'm Lynette, and I'm here in Brisbane. And I'd just like to thank those who have made comments on my first video and subscribed. That's very kind of you. After saying last week that it was beautiful weather here, today it is cloudy and rainy with a prediction of up to 120 mils of rain. We will see what happens. So I got myself all organised outside last week, and now I'm inside reorganising it all. So we'll see how we go. So I have been framing my projects recently each month around the Facebook group Magazine Monthly Challenge, which is run by Carolyn and Robin. And it's just a good way of slotting in your projects and giving yourself some goals. So this is my plan for May. So the theme for the month was music, and originally the theme was supposed to be from a magazine, but we've all sort of deviated from that a bit, and our acrostic is sound. So these are my projects based on this. So the first one, being music, is Christmas at Hawthorne Hollow, and I'm working on block 1, which is I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day, which is a Christmas carol, so therefore it's music. And I worked on this a bit after last week. So this is where I've got to with this one. And I'm working on some of those flowers. There's another crown in here, some more flowers, and the peacock itself. So hopefully I'll be able to get that one finished. I actually really want to get to block 2 over here that's got that huge house on it. So we'll keep going on that. My project bags vary, just depending. This is just a store-bought zipper one. It's got 2 pockets, which is sort of handy. That's that one for that. So then for the acrostic, letter S, I've got is my stocking, which is from Cooler Designs, and it will look like this when it's finished. And this is for my daughter, who all my children and grandchildren have stockings stitched by me, but she moved a few times and managed to lose hers, so I thought she needed a new one, and I thought this would be fun to stitch. And it's fun watching the little mice develop as we go along. So this is supposed to be my focus piece for this month that I keep bouncing back to between other things to try and get some project on it. And just before I show you that, this is my project bag that I've made with some fabric my sister actually gave me. So it was nice and Christmassy. So that's just one of mine. And here is where I've got to. So this is a lot of fun. So there's a new little mouse just developing here, and she's icing the trim down the side. And I don't think you can tell, but there's actually sparkle in this little bit. And I finally finished all the tiles. Obviously they need backstitch. And you can see on this mouse how his face is backstitched and this rest of him isn't, and how, you know, it just develops really quickly with that. So we'll keep plodding away, and hopefully I might get it finished for this Christmas, because I didn't get it done for last Christmas. So O is a piece by Ink Circles, because circles are round, therefore an O, and this is I Still Do, and my lovely project bag for this is just a plastic pocket. So this is the project. It's got some writing over it, because this was also my mania piece, where last year I started these motives, and these numbers referred to days last year. I didn't really get that much on it, and there's a lot more involved in each of these motives than you think. So I've worked a bit more on it this week and finished some motives. So here's this one. And which one was it? This one here. Well, one day all I did was put some stitches in and took them out again, because I had the first bit done from May last year, and I picked up the wrong red, and I'm sort of nearly at the end of my length of thread and thinking, oh, that's not the same colour. So it's very 815 and 349 are very similar reds, so I had to pull it out again. So this one is 18 count, and I'm just stitching it with the cord floor threads 1/1 on 18 count grey, and it's possibly just as a Vigart maybe. No, it's not. Anyway, so I've put in some more letters, and we'll continue pottering on that this month. Now, a little while ago, Mama Loves You GB, who I really enjoy watching each week, had a giveaway for this sampler here. And it's Mary Ann Kittle 1813 by Crow's Feet Stitching. And you can get it as a PDF, and I was sent the PDF, and I had to start it straight away, and I'm really enjoying it. So this, I think, is the original. It's quite pale, but she's charted from the back of the sampler, and the colours are actually quite vibrant. So this is for you, because I'm supposed to be stitching the line under this one here. Where am I? Yes, this here. I'm supposed to be stitching this because it's under the alphabet. So it's U for under. And this is where I've got, and you can see it's absolutely beautiful. So this big alphabet here is eyelet stitches, as is this blue trailing vine. So I wanted to finish the vine and that alphabet and then stitch the section underneath it. So there you go. So you could pop along and look up Crow's Feet Stitching and get yourself a copy of this beautiful sampler that's just hot off the press. And that's just in another plastic zipper bag. So then we get to N, which is my fox, again originally inspired by Mama Loves You GB, but lots of other people are stitching it, Carolyn and Jan Hicks and many other people. And N is for sort of a new start and not much done. So you can see there's not much done, and I haven't actually worked on it this month yet. So I've got the little cab and a couple of trees and his ears, and I'd really like to get back to this because I've got a few of these charts now. I haven't liked all of them, so I'm just buying what I would like. And this is a 36 count. I can't remember what it is, but it's also 1/2 on this 36 count. And I'm using some of the Cord 4 and some DMC. The orange is, I don't think even that's a Cord 4, I think it's something else I had. And just I've got the Jackrabbit because I really liked him. And then this is not the same series but the same designer. I had to pick that one up recently. And then a friend of mine has bought the Badger because we were going to trade patterns when we'd finished, and I'm supposed to finish my fox so I can pass that on. So, and I really love the I want to call it a weasel. I'm not quite sure that's what it is. I really like that one, so I'll probably have to get that one too. And then the D from Sound is for long dog samplers, and I pulled out my Sans Souci, and I don't have a picture of it because originally when I got it, it was a mystery. You got it part by part, but here's where this is. This is page 1, and I'm working on page 2. So there's 9 pages, but they're not as big as some of them. And I've been enjoying working on that again. I've also got Death by Cross Stitch on the go, which I'm just about halfway with. But I thought, well, maybe I could finish this one. And the aim is to start another long dog. So I'm not buying any more until I am finished, because she keeps coming out with new ones. And so when I've got this one finished, I might just look at what she's got online and have another go at that. I really like her Behold one. So this is, I think this is also a 36 count, and I'm using DMC 3849 for that one. So it's just, it's a lot of fun. And I love the rhythm that you get into with these sort of things. And I love stitching diagonals for some reason. So that is my, and this is in a bag I've also made myself. I had a bit of fun with this one, with an old doily and some fabrics and just playing, and project bag. obviously pieced a bit because it's fun just using up what you've got rather than... And this fabric was also given to me by my sister. For birthday, she gave me a bundle for each decade. So that was part of that gift that year, funny lady. In a couple of years, I'm going to have to think of something to do for her. So the other thing I've also been doing is I'm a bit of a sucker for stitch-alongs, and this year, especially mystery ones, and this year I've been trying really, really hard not to start too many and finish a few that have been started in the past, like that Sanssouci. So Fat Quarter Shop, I did the autumn one, which was perfect because my daughter loves sunflowers, and it had sunflowers, so I gave that to her for Christmas. So I thought I'd try their new one, which is Home Sweet Home. It's called Summer Home. Right, that's the... So we've had 2 parts pulled out, and originally the fabric is more of a white board, but we have a company here called Sew It All, and in Australia, and this was in a pack they had, and I'm actually quite liking the way it's looking. I'm Australian. I'm getting a bit concerned that this is going to be very American because you celebrate Independence Day in summer, and you get very patriotic, which is wonderful. So we'll just have to see what the next part comes out like. So I'm actually pleased the previous ones have been quite big. So this one now, with there's 3 more parts, there's 1, 2 and 3 here. I thought this might have been bigger because this was part 2, but that was really quick. I pretty much stitched that in an evening. So we'll see what they come in. It's just fun, and they're simple ones to stitch and nice and relaxing. So that's that. So if I get to do another video next week, you'll see part 3. Not sure what's happening next week. My daughter's coming up, so we'll just have to see. Then I've also signed up on a whim, Tempting Tangles. I did the very, very first Tempting Tangles mystery stitch along. And I remember it being a very cumbersome process of signing up and emails. And anyway, she's very quickly sorted herself out and got her something that works with her. So you get your parts through her Facebook group. So once you pay, she gives you access to the group, and then each time they come out in the Facebook group. So it's good as long as you remember. Anyway, I'm keeping up with this one. This one is called Crazy Quilt Explosion, and I can't show you that because it's just a chart. And I've done part 1 and part 2 of this, so I'm keeping up to date with this one too. I've actually changed the colours, and these are all Silks for You. I was in the Silks for You club for a little bit, and so with something like this, it's fun to go in and see what silks I have. And this is 2 over 2. Oh, and this is a mystery 28 count. We have a shop here that was closing down, and they had this large piece of this fabric, and I said to the lady, so how much is this? And she says, oh, I don't even know what it is, and I think she gave it to me for $10. It's beautiful to stitch on, and it was a huge piece, so I've got a couple of things working on this. It's just beautiful to work on. So that's that. And the third mystery I'm doing is Gnomeville by Little Dove Designs, and I've got part 1 and part 2 both half done. And this is 1 over 1 on, I think this is an 18 count, something green out of my stash. So there's supposed to be a little gnome in here. So part 1 was this, and this has got a pot plant. And then this is their cute home with the cute door. It's a bit like, you know, the Hobbit's houses from the Lord of the Rings. I'm not quite sure why I haven't just finished it, because I'm actually really enjoying it when I work on it. I think I just sort of put it down and do something else. And this is supposed to say something like gnomes sleeping, and they're in here. Oh, the gnome's supposed to be here. So I need to pull that out, but this only comes out once a month, so I've got a little bit longer to work on this, but you know how the days go, and the 27th will be here, and I'll still be at this point if I don't pull that out. So that's cute, it's just cute, and I like Little Gnome Designs. I just realised this border's very similar to the Summer Home one. Yeah, again, a nice, easy, relaxing stitch. So that's that one. A couple of other things. You won't see a lot of haul in this video, but I do have lovely shelf of previous haul, all sitting neatly along the shelf, or not so neatly. So we might slowly work our way through that at some point. But I did buy this as my one piece from market. I said I could have one piece, and this finally arrived. And Lila's Studio Spring Quaker. I just thought this was absolutely beautiful. So now I've ordered the, what did I order? The roasted chestnut and another one, the two browns from Classic Colourworks. So I got the pattern, and then I went back and put another order in for this from Stitching Time down in Tassie, and for the threads. And I won in one of Caroline's Facebook, I think it might have been AB Singo, can't quite remember. I actually won the prize for that particular challenge, and she gave me a gift voucher for Etsy. So I bought 2 pieces of linen, and one is a 40 count, and I was thinking of doing Houses of Village of Hawthorne on it, but I think I might do this on it. So I'll just wait and see when the threads come. They should be here by Friday, hopefully, and I can work on that one. The other piece she gave me is a gorgeous, well, she didn't give me, that I purchased with her gift voucher, is a gorgeous beetroot coloured piece of fabric from Fox and Rabbit, and I've actually got a design for that, and I really need to start stitching it so I can show you and get it going. Talking about my own designs, this is something I designed a little while ago. I'm not so good at stitching my own designs. I think it's because you put so much creativity into doing it, and you've sort of got to know the pattern, that when you stitch it, well, I already know what this is about. When you stitch someone else's pattern, you're learning about the pattern. And anyway, this is going to be a similar style to Carolyn and her Cats and Round Robin. And there's other colours to go in there, but I just thought I'd give you a little peek of that, also in the hope that I might actually keep working on it. So my organisation, I have a couple of things I do. I have a diary, like a lot of you do a monthly diary, got from our local Officeworks, which is our office supply shop, and it's got a month. And I try and write in it, but must admit I'm not really good at it. But I do have in here, finally, Tempting Tangles Part 3 will come out there, and Part 3, 4 and 5 of Summer House will come out here. So I've got those written in to help me plan a bit. That's that. And then a friend of ours, we've got a little stitchy group of friends here, and she made us all these one year. And these are covers just for your slip pocket books. So in here I keep things like these monthly challenge sheets. They sit in the front, and then there's a few free mysteries going on this year. So on my Whip Go board, which I've done 2 parts out of the, what are we up to, May? So 2 out of the 10. That sits in here. And then any freebie patterns, like Jeanette Douglas's beautiful flowers she's got coming out, I just print them off and I put them in here. I've got some from Leslie Tier, and I just put them all in here. So I've got them, even if I'm not necessarily working on another freebies. I've been just popping in that folder. And then I've got a couple of notebooks that I keep track of my whips in, and I'll show you those next week. We'll have a look at those next week. Okay, so that's week 2 of May. We'll see what I can manage next week. It's surprisingly fun making these videos and getting yourself organised. So thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you later. Happy stitching. Bye.